Hi there. Thanks for joining me today. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Catherine. I'm presently working on the Book of Life. I'm going to apologize right off the bat for shadows. I need my lights today, and I don't have all the fancy schmancy ones that come at you from different directions. I have my overhead light, and so that's what we're going to work with today. Not unanimous, but boy, it was pretty close. This was the book plate that got chosen when I asked on Instagram what book plate to go there. And then I just put little journal there. But I may end up putting all sorts in there because it is going to be an all sorts book. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm going to work on adding some colorful pages, which I have chosen to put into the signatures that I've already got started. So far, these signatures are mostly the blank kind that you can write on. There's a few fun ones there, but it's blank, blank, blank. So that this can be, Book of Life. Hopefully, whoever the new owner may be, Book of My Life sort of thing. And they can write to their heart's content. Now, I want this to be the opening page, but it was in the book, had been attached as a book plate. It had just been glued to the next subsequent page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if it will fit. Nope, it won't fit. That's the one thing. I love, love, love this little Tim Holtz Deckle Edge cutter. But I wish it was just ever so slightly bigger. I have a feeling it was meant for making greeting cards. The people who make those beautiful handmade greeting cards. I have a feeling that that's what it was intended to be. But Nancy got one first, and I thought, okay, I got to have that because I just love Deckle Edge anything. I love using my tear edge rulers, and I do have a cutting board that has a wave, which will do, and I think I'm going to go do that along here. And unless I want to glue it down just the way it is, and just let it have that tear edge the way it did. And then maybe I'll just put some washi tape over it. Yeah, you know what? Usually what I'll do is I'll do a pretty edge along here if I'm going to put a page back in. I have left when I use the original text block pages, when I put them back into the new text block I'm creating, and if it's going to be the outside page, I do not trim that little 2/8 of an inch off of it. See, here's the template for the rest of my pages. See how I trimmed off a little bit? And I reminded myself that I did, because sometimes I second guess myself. However, because if it's the outside page, because it expands as you add more folios to it, I find that the outside page still needs to be the regular size. So I just thought I'd let you know that. I'm going to go ahead and just do a tiny little bead of art glitter glue along here and put it, I should have a piece of paper underneath, but we're going to live dangerously. And I'm just going to get it as close as I can. Thank goodness art glitter glue is very dependable paper to paper. And then I'm going to, you can't tell, I hope you can see, I'm going to marry up this side and then push down there. For its age, this text block and the hinges on the cover are, there must have been something underneath there. Yeah, there's a bump on my, on the desk. Where did I feel it? I want to get rid of it. And now I can't feel it. There it is. It's a bump of glue. I bet it's like, there it is, 3-in-1 or Fabri-Tac. And there's some more. All right, that's better. Anyhow, for its age, 1923, this book was published in. The paper and the folds in the folios are quite nice and quite sturdy. It did not need reinforcing. And the hinges, very nice on this cover. So I don't have to do any gauze type reinforcement here. I think I will glue down these. So let's put you back. Oh, hold on. Before I start on another task, let's do this. All right. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing fine. I haven't been on for well over a week, mostly because, as I've mentioned before, I got out my watercolors and I've been having fun playing with my watercolor paints. I'm just getting a piece of paper here to put underneath to protect my desk from getting mucky. Oh, jeepers. There we go. So this is nicely adhered as well. The little liner. Sometimes you have to, if you're going to reinforce the spine, you have to put a new liner in, and then you have to get that old one out of there, because it's like trying to glue paper to sand. You know, glue a piece of paper onto the beach. You can't do it. So, but in this case, this is fine the way it is. I'm going to just leave it the way the original publisher did. This isn't a precious book by any means. I'm still pulling out chunks of things. There we go. Okay, we'll let that dry. So I do like that. Let's put that aside. Now I have some colorful pages that I put together yesterday. This one is from the 1946 first edition of Fun with Dick and Jane. Isn't that amazing? And I want to write that date down here. I'm going to put 1946 first edition in pencil. Fun with Dick and Jane. I'm the kind of person, I find that interesting, and I'd want to know that. The new owner does not find it interesting, and that's irritating. That's just a soft pencil. They can use a soft eraser and take that off. The Book of Life. Well, going to school is one of the first things we do, isn't it? So let's put that up here. I think that will look pretty. Let's move that one up. Here's another fun thing about using a variety of page folio sizes is being able to stagger them so that they layer nicely. I think I want this decal edged. So I'm going to do that. Let's put you over here. So I realize it's Wednesday when you're watching this, but for those who celebrate, if you had a nice, I don't know if you celebrate Father's Day, but if you do, if your family does, I hope it was a nice one for you. We had a nice Father's Day get together with family. Got to see beautiful grandbabies, and didn't have to cook. So that's another bonus when you don't have to cook. I don't want to cut that fold. Have you done that before? Oh, I've done that before. Cut the fold right off. There we go. All right. I just feel like it makes it look a little bit more finished. And it also makes it look a little different. Because it's going to lay on top of the Dick and Jane page, I'm going to ink the edge. And this is vellum paper, and vellum lends itself really nicely to being distress inked. So I'm just going to darken that up a little bit. I think just on the outsides. I'm not going to do all the sides. So I won't open it up and ink it. Yeah, so we didn't have to cook. We got entertained. It's nice when it's at their home because the children have all their own toys. And in this case, the weather was nice, so we were out on the deck, and they have a trampoline. Oh boy, there was just lots of watch me, watch me. And of course, that's always fun. All right, so that is good. And now I want to put some colorful ones in here. Here's an accounting page from 1947. Typing page. I should, I forget what page, what year that's from. It's old. Let's put this in here. This is from a book I have. No, this isn't from the one. This one isn't from my book. I have a book on historical costumes of English. But I think this was gifted to me. I think this one. And I'm glad I did write 1957. Could very well be the one out of my book. I'm not sure. Again, I'm going to stagger it with this one so that as people turn the page, they think, oh, something good's coming up. I like that. I'm leaving this one as is so that people are well aware that it is from an actual book. The Practical Bookkeeper. I need to go find what year that was. You know what? think I have it. I think I already made a journal out of it. I'm going to find it. Yep, 1884. And I thought that went well together. An accounting book, a ledger book, and then the practical bookkeeper. So that goes well together. Now I want to put this one in the center. This is from a book from 1958. Mimi the Circus Kitten. And it's about a cat looking for a home. And can't find a home anywhere. Nobody wants this little kitten. And thank goodness the man who ran the the merry-go-round in Central Park adopted her. And she found her forever home, playing with children all day long on the merry-go-round. So I want that right in the center so you get the whole shebang when you open that up. So again, these are pages from out of the actual book. The nice thing about these pages is it's very simple to put, you know, an uptuck if this isn't your kind of thing. Like some people would enjoy this. It's Psalm 28. Others are perhaps looking for a different kind of theme to their book of life. It's very simple to switch that out. I'm going to put this in. This is a book on constructing the head and hands. It's an artist's instruction book. And again, I'm purposefully leaving these holes there so you can tell that it came out of an actual book, which is one of the reasons why I love doing junk journals from real junk as opposed to digitals. And thank goodness there's room for everyone in the junk journal world, because when you leave something like that there, I don't know, I get a little thrill. I love that. Sorry, my glue is got a mind of its own today. There we go. My little dog, Kirby. I don't want to say her name because she's asleep right now. And if I say her name, she'll think I'm calling her. This weekend, she decided to go on a food strike. Oh my goodness. Do you have dogs that do that? Oh, every once in a while, it's as if she knows, you know what? I'm really going to bug them and I'm just not going to eat. And of course, we're standing on our ears trying to get her to eat anything. And some people would say, let her starve. She'll sooner or later she'll eat. Believe it or not, this dog will just keep going, because what happens with her is her stomach will, if it stays empty for too long, the bile builds up in the stomach, and then she actually feels sick. She makes herself feel sick, not knowing that her little food strike is what's actually making her not feel well, and that if she ate something, she would feel better. But because she's not feeling well, then her instinct says, oh, don't eat, you're not feeling well. And then it just perpetuates itself, and she throws up bile, which stains horribly. Sorry, I'm talking about throw up. I'd rather her throw up food than throw up bile. Bile is like neon yellow and stains horribly. Food is cleans up easier. Anyhow, I want to find the year for this book. On the topic of throwing up, I'm going to go find the year of this book. 1 second. 1960. Okay. There we go. I may change my mind and put... Oh, I do have... Okay, that is plain. All right, I was going to say and put something plain in the center. I do like in most of my centers, with the exception of that one with the cute little town, to have a full spread that's completely blank so that the new owner can just have a really wonderful time decorating that. Now this has already got some color here. This is a page out of an old address book, but I still want to put another one in it. What should I put in it? Maybe I will, the rest are flowers that I have over here, so maybe I'll put a little Beatrix Potter in it over here. This one's cute, and I'm not sure, I think this is Squirrel Nutkin, but it's in French, but there's no printing on this one, it's all photos. But I believe it's Squirrel Nutkin in French. It is Panache Petit Gris. So, is that Squirrel Nutkin? There's a squirrel on the front in a little red coat, so that's what I'm thinking. Let's do these beautiful roses. Oh, it goes those there. We'll put those here and then lay you on top. Yes. This one, I think I'm going to, rather than have laces, I'm going to be having fun putting tabs in it. I made some really cool tabs. You know what? I can't just say really cool tabs and not show you. I'm going to show you the really cool tabs that I made. While cleaning my room, I'm still cleaning it. I think I started in January. I'm still cleaning it. I found an old children's thin snakes and ladders board, and I made tabs out of it. How cool are these? So I think I'm going to use these in along the edge, at least 7 of them. I think that's going to be fun. All right. Oh, so yeah, there's some color here too. Now, is this number 7? I have some Edith Holden, and see, I'm going to break my rule again, but I have to with this Edith. Look how beautiful that is. Oh, dog roses. Beautiful. So now I still have a few more colorful ones. Let's see. These are going to have to go back in my press. And then I think I may be at the end of how many folios per signature, because I want to have room. That's a good pinch. But I really wanted to use these 2. I think I can fit these 2 in. This is from Anna at Made by Grenath. I wonder if I can. It's got a little cut right there, and I think I can just take that off, and it'll be none the worse. Is that a saying? There. Because that would just end up getting caught on things anyways. Gee, that's pretty. I have a neighbor who puts those in her garden every year, and they always catch my eye whenever I walk past. All right. I think I'll put it in the first one. I find I always have more room in the first and the last signature because the hinge that sort of gutter from the hinge gives a bit more room in those signatures. Okay, that's pretty. And we'll put that other one with the butterfly in the last one. Oh, I'm liking this already. I want to find a way. I think I'm going to leave this blank, but I want to find a way to put a big pop of color here. Probably a big, beautiful flower. I have some that I started. Fussy cutting. I don't know whether I want to finish fussy cutting. It's a tricky one because those little stems are so delicate. I was thinking of like a Kelly Bowler type cover where she's looking alarmed at how large those flowers are. I may find a different flower. Like have her down there looking up and find a way to put a large flower coming out the side, and she's sort of going, my goodness. Yes, I talk to my books. Do you talk to your books while you're making them? I think for... maybe that's where I'll use this. No, that got torn. I usually like the last page to be blank in the last signature. I'm not going to worry about that right now. But let's just put this little butterfly. This is from a book I have called British Butterflies in Color. Let's make these corners pretty. And then I think these will go into my press, into Jessie the Pressy. Oh, I already decal edged that. Maybe I'll leave that be. And I will continue to have some fun with my with painting. I must confess, I treated myself to a Galaxy Tab. Which one did I get? I didn't get the most up-to-date version. I looked into it, and it there wasn't that many phenomenal upgrades to make it worth my while, especially as a newbie. I'm obviously going to self-teach, and ever the autodidact that I am. And so I got the S9 FE. Well, it was on for a very good price. And I still have 10 more days to play with it and see if this is going to be something that I will use, or I can return it for a full refund. Now, this is going to be the for my book text block. So I need to do the pokey holes. In it. This fabric was lovely. Again, a gift from someone wonderful. Tim Holtz fabric. You can't get that up here, at least where I live. I would have to order it, have it shipped. So that's very nice indeed to be gifted some Tim Holtz fabric. Part of my cleanup, see what can happen. You can catch a thread. That won't harm anything. Part of my massive cleanup has involved there once was a time when I first started making junk journals. I just loved making little golden book junk journals, and I thought, I'm going to make these. I'm going to make little golden book junk journals for the rest of my life. I just thought they were so cute. And I still do, but I found another love. Well, I had all kinds of really cute children's fabrics that were going to be, spines for little golden books. And quite a while back, I gave away. I couldn't sell them. Tried to sell them, the little golden book, and I gave them away. Actually, the very kind person who said I'd love them, and I said, all right, I'm going to send them to you. It was during October, when if you have a Canada Post business account, they let you ship free Tuesdays. And I said, okay, I'm going to ship them to you, because I used the free Tuesday, and she was here in Ontario, and she was very kind and actually said, I'm not taking them for free. She said, how much? And I said, I don't want anything. And she said, well, I'm sending you what I think. So that was very kind of her. But off they went to a new home that would appreciate them, and freed up space. But then I forgot to... Now, she collected golden books. She wasn't going to be making junk journals out of them. So she was thrilled to have them in her collection. But I still had all that fabric, and it's been sitting there for probably 5 years in my cupboard, and I keep having to move it out of the way to get at other fabrics or laces. I find it's easier for me to see the holes when it's time to sew. If I poke through again from this side out. If you're wondering, why are you doing that, Catherine? You just poke the holes. I can see them easier when I hold it up to a window for sewing time. Takes a minute, but for me, totally worth it. So I just thought, you know what, this is the time. The ones, like I had one with ants, I had fabric with bumblebees, I had fabric with fireflies with their little butts glowing. But with ladybugs, or as my kids used to say, leggy bugs. There we go. And so somebody, this part of it makes me happy when you redonate to thrift stores, because I know somebody's going to find that bag of beautiful fat quarters, and just, it's going to make their day. And they're going to thoroughly enjoy all those beautiful little pretty fabrics. There we go. We got that ready. We got signatures ready to go into Jessie the Pressy right now. And then you know who is going to have some lunch. Because she has decided that food's okay again. So, or at least this morning she did. She gets 4 little meals a day, so that she doesn't have an empty tummy at any time. Okay, I'm off to the press, and hopefully we'll get together a little bit sooner than we did last time. I really was having fun painting last week and cleaning. So I hope you're doing well. I hope wherever you are, you're safe in this quite tumultuous world right now. And I hope we're just focusing on being kind to each other and being tolerant of each other and respectful of each other. World needs a little bit more, a lot more love in it right now. Love and tolerance. All right, that's all I'm going to say, and have a great rest of your day. And say hi down below. If you're still here, say hi. I'll say hi back.